Oh, hello there. I'm Michael Douglas from 1993's epic movie Falling Down. Better watch out. Finally got a haircut. Boy, did I need it. Let's do an update today. I'll go over the parts and things I've installed over the last 13 videos and see what we can update you about. Alright, let's take a look. So hello, Super Crew. Good to see you again. Let's just take some time to go over some of the stuff we've already done. Give some afterthoughts. What were some of the first things I did? Catch can. So that was the cheap catch can, only 26 bucks I think on Amazon. I think we did a pretty good job with that. Now I did have to couple the heck out of this thing. I'm thinking on this side that just goes to the turbo inlet assembly. That's really easy. You may have seen me working on it on some of the other videos. I might just get a whole new pipe to replace that one at least. Clean it up a little bit. Man, we're just kind of naked without that top mount intercooler, huh? I wanted to get, Perrin has the, what is it, the oil cooler? Have you seen that? It is, you know, a radiator shape, and it's designed to actually fit in the front. And one of the guys I saw, he wasn't able to fit it with his front mount intercooler as well. He had an ETS. But there was a third party, not Perrin, who made an accessory for it. So you could mount it in the top mount intercooler location. It was really cool. It has brackets that go to the factory top mount intercooler brackets. So you have this baby oil cooler radiator. Baby in comparison to like a bigger air intercooler, that is. And then I was like, oh, that's sweet. I would totally love to do one of those installs. Then I found out they were like $800. I was like, yeah, that might have to wait. Soon to never. What else? So I haven't done, let's look. I haven't looked over here. Get some lighting. The secondary catch can, I'm just looking where it's going to go. 1 second here. Let me grab a flashlight so I can get, it's hard to see. Under this brown connector, this vacuum line comes from the motor and works its way to the intake assembly. So that's where the other catch can is going to go. I'll probably do that here pretty soon. Obviously, I got the bumper back on, but if you remember, back behind here is where the blow-off valve is. So you have front mount intercooler, then the piping goes back here behind the lights. I actually had to readjust the arm. If you can imagine the piping come on and off the front mount intercooler there, then you have this bezel with the fog lights. I had to rework that pipe several times to get the bumper cover to fit back on correctly. Then you'll remember underneath there as well, there was a bracket that held the intake that I modified so that both the intercooler pipe and then the intake could share that space. For the hood scoop, I've been getting some comments. Why in the world did you put on this bigger hood scoop? You don't even have an intercooler up there anymore. I know, guys. Someone said it looked like a botched nose job. Hey man, you do you, boo. I like it. It's been on a couple days. I noticed that some parts, the tape does want to come up just a little bit. I keep applying pressure. I just hold down on it with the microfiber towel. You stay down. Stay down. This has not been too bad. Also, hello latch. These screws, so there was 4 of them. I did put some washers on that one. It looks pretty terrible. I didn't put the whole plastic shroud back in for the scoop because I don't need it. But still, those screws were quite a bit too long. Even if the shroud was there, I think they'd still be too long. So I'm going to trim them down, get some washers. Let's go run some errands. It's getting hot. God, that thing just looks annoying as hell. I love it. Just look at the presence of that scoop. It's freaking huge. I remember I used to have this 5-foot-tall girlfriend when I had my 2004 WRX with the STI hood scoop. She could barely see over it. Yep, just like that. With that new bypass valve, it really makes some crazy sounds. I don't know if you can hear that turbo whistle, but it's freaking crazy. You can hear it better like shifting 3,000, 4,000 RPM. I also love this brooding wing looking out my mirror. You can see completely under it. I love it. Welcome back to the world's most pathetic vice setup. I need a good bench. I'm gonna attach a vise too. All right, we'll get our non-Dremel Dremel. Got one of the screws for the hood scoop in there. We'll just take a little off there. Much better. Got some washers so those screws aren't sinking all the way through. And they're nice and snug now. Fit to length. Honestly though, this hood scoop isn't going anywhere. That 3M tape is serious business. I've had this roof diffuser on for years and it's just taped on. Knock on wood. The GrimmSpeed taillights, I still absolutely love them. I think they look awesome. Not much more to tell you about those. The wing, I think it's great. I had one friend giving me a really hard time about it. What's that scaffolding? That's so dumb, man. You just get bored and have to keep taking your car apart. Well, yeah, he's not wrong. I ended up getting some paint protection film on there as well. It's supposed to have some UV preventative properties to help keep it looking nice. But come on, now it matches with the hood scoop. The wheels, not much to say either. I had to get some WRX little stick-on logos. I like them. So these were the XXR 530s, I believe. Good price. I didn't put it on the undershroud underneath the car. I do have the main skid plate on. There's something I want to show you with the headers. Okay, this is the skid plate. So there's your turbo on the left. So under here is the new headers. That's the budget CNT headers. And they came with these spacers. So you have extra room for the header. Well, can't really get it. Well, you can kind of see it under the J-pipe there, the headers back there. The spacers weren't enough. I later found out that they were not enough room, and the skid plate was pressing up against the headers back there and left some indentations on the headers I was kind of pissed about. So I added some extra washers there. Okay, on the top is the charge pipe coming from the intercooler. Then behind that is the intake. That's the elbow that popped off on me on the way back from the tuner. See how it's got those T-band clamps? Make sure to tighten the holy hell out of those. There's a new turbo inlet assembly again. So far, so good. What else can we go over? So, if you saw, this is an upper TGV delete, then below that is the plastic portion of the TGV that I deleted out the center portion, just cut it out. That seemed to work pretty well. The bypass valve, Boomba did have that video I put in one of the descriptions for the install of that, how they dyno tested a stock WRX with and without it. They gained like 10, 15 horsepower due to the amount of pressure that can be lost on the stock bypass valve. But talking to the tuner, he didn't seem to think it was much of a big difference when it came down to everything. It sounds pretty cool though. Battery tie down. I still need to get new screws for that. Those are nasty. And get an Optima battery. Come winter, it's not going to work. Yes, it says STI on that oil cap. But it's billet aluminum and it's only $7 on Amazon. It's alright, buddy. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I think that's all we got for today. Thank you for watching my video. I appreciate it. Like, comment. If there's something you know, tell me about it in the comments below. And subscribe. I'm out.